Once upon a time in a state that shone bright, where human and natural resources brought nothing but hope, where smiles and warmth distinguished its people, a home of resilience and never say-die spirit. Land of the greats, land of the brave. Everything pointed to a glorious future, until suddenly. Though the past administration did its own bit to set ABIA back on the path to greatness, ABIANs simply want more. From the commercial city of Aba to Okigwe, Umuahia to Arochukwu, Bende to Ukwa, and beyond, the call to consolidate on the success of the past Ochendu administration has never been any louder. The big question is, in a state known as God's own state, where did we get it wrong?
ABIA State is a state blessed by God. Good people, fertile land, very enterprising people, all the resources, an oil-producing state. Unfortunately, we have been bedeviled by bad leadership.
The past administration may have done their best, but the best they did was not good enough because the people complained so bitterly.
You will discover that not much was done here. Roads were left, public utilities were abandoned, not too much was done.
Everything was grinding to a halt. The industries in Aba were closing down. People were dislocating.
We have many companies now Aba here, like Nigerian breweries. They left because of multiple transactions. The environment wasn't conducive. We have Pfizer. That company died. These are companies that can offer millions and thousands of jobs to Abians.
To crown it up, kidnappers were all over the place. Armed robbers were all over the place. Aba became ungovernable.
It's only Abia State today. You can go. You cannot mention one or two things that is the former administration put in place.
All the primary schools in the state, no roof, no teachers. Teachers are there standing. The pupils are there, no seats for them to sit. And what the last administration did was they now decided to hand over schools to the missions or the original owners when they discovered that they are making education a mockery in the state.
I feel sad looking at the schools. I feel sad seeing children not getting what they should have in terms of quality education, quality tuition, and the care that goes with it.
So the previous government got it wrong. One, they didn't develop education. How many public health, public educational institutions can you take your child to today? We were products of public health institutions. I went to a school in my village that was comparable. People were coming from Port Harcourt to bring their wards to get educated in another college in Africa. Where are those ones? Where are the government colleges in Omar? Where are the government colleges in Uzua College? World-class secondary schools. Again, that has to do with leadership.
Tired of their struggles on the highly regrettable side of history, the people of Abia cried with one voice for the very first time, a cry for help, a cry for redemption, a cry well heard by the hosts of heaven. Then their answer came forth, not as manna this time, but in flesh and blood. Dr. Okezie Victor Ikpeazu. On the 29th of May 2015, Dr. Okezie Victor Ikpeazu was sworn in as the new governor of Abia State.
My name is Okezie Victor Ipazu. I come from Omo Obiakwa, a little village in Obingwa local government. I started my education career at ABIA Central School. I moved on to Eziama High School, where I had a stint 2 years, and then moved over to EA High School. After my high school career, I gained admission into the University of Maiduguri, where I studied biochemistry. I had to return to University of Maiduguri after my NYSC in Port Harcourt to take a master's in other aspects of biochemistry, especially biochemical toxicology, and then proceeded to University of Maiduguri, where I took a doctorate degree in pharmacology. My primary vocation is teaching. I've taught in 4 different universities.
As a colleague, we did quite a number of work together, and because of his very hardworking nature, he even rose to become the head of department before he left. He is a dynamic young man and willing to make his contribution anywhere he finds himself.
Dr. Ipazu was determined to pass the information he has to his students. And every of my sets who is watching this will attest to what I'm saying in this moment.
From a diligent university lecturer to politician, humbly starting off as a local government chairman, here comes a new dawn for ABIA. A man who's got the experience, tested both in the classrooms and on the field.
My immediate past assignment was the Deputy General Manager of ABIA State Environmental Protection Agency, from where I resigned to run for governorship of ABIA State.
You see, a time came when the rubbish, the refuse in Aba became so bad, the condition was so precarious, to the extent that Aba people were going to riot.
The climax of his position was when he was the Deputy General Manager of ASEPA, which he did, performed very, very magically well. Abadan was almost being covered by heaps of rubbish, and that Aba appeared to be a place where nobody was able to have the formula to clean the debts. But until Okezie arrived,
he came up with so many methods. People were now bringing their rubbish to designated areas at particular set time.
He designed a system that debts were now being controlled. You dump the refuse in the evening and it was cleared in the day. Sometimes at the night when everybody was asleep, we saw people sweeping the street. We said, who is this man? Okezie Ipazu.
When I heard that he was contesting as a governor, I came to him, called him, said, okay, this is what I had. He said it's true. I told him, okay, you cannot do anything. You can win, you can pass, but only be prayerful. Whatever is God's decision, that is what will take place.
I had always known him as a very brilliant person. So when he mentioned to me that he wanted to be governor, I didn't bother whether he would do well as a governor.
He's been innovative and creative in all these things. So when he said he will be there, having been able to manage Aba and his refuse, which from 2009 till he came into that place, it was impossible. When he did that and succeeded, I knew that every other thing could flow, especially when he is in control. If he could do those things when someone else was in control, then when he will be in control, I didn't envisage any problem.
So at the time, the Ngwa people needed who will become the governor of Abia State from Ngwa extraction or from Okwangwa extraction. We started studying all the people that came up then. We saw an exceptional quality in Okeze Ikpeazu as an achiever, a man who could work from nothing. So we got interested in him and picked him as our candidate.
Aba, the commercial nerve center of Abia State, famous for its Area international market, employing hundreds of thousands of people both young and old, worth billions of naira in net earnings.
Area, as you can see, is absolutely the Japan of Africa. If I may tell you, there is nothing you cannot see in this market. For instance, the type of shoe you're putting on, this is your canvas right now. If you want it to be prepared instantly before the next 30 minutes, they have the machineries to do it.
Yet infamous for poor waste management and a poor drainage system.
The former government, not this present government, they built shop on top of the drainage, that is the gutter. And he has assured us in less than no time he's coming to destroy all those shops and repackage the whole place. So obviously, with Okeze Ikpeazu, we will go forward.
The governor has started opening the manholes, removing all sorts of rubbish from the gutter, building the roads, so that we market women can see how to pass and come to the market and do our business. We have stopped people in the market collecting money from here and then. That is another benefit. Because if you were asked to pay, like keke operators, they used to pay inside this market 160 naira. Instead of them to go to the proper place and pay it, somebody will just come and collect it.
Within the first 2 weeks, he gave double taxation, the Aboro problem, a bloody nose. As at now, the Aboro people have all evaporated and condensed somewhere, I don't know.
We are going straight into digitalization of our tax system. Direct lodgement in the banks. What I mean by that is that before taxes are levied, everybody will know what he or she is supposed to pay, and he can go, even using his phone, to pay his tax, and nobody on the street will embarrass you. Of course, the era of touts and nail-wedding young men running around the streets of Aba and Umuahia has gone.
The litmus test of any leader of ABIA must be seen in his roadmap to turn Aba around. If he gets it right in Aba, the rest of ABIA will follow.
But the right name of Aba should be Obi-Igbo. There is no community in Igbo land, there's no village, there's no hamlet in Igbo land that has no representative in Aba. Aba is the real Ali Igbo, the real Igbo land, the real Obi-Igbo. And so, if you beautify Aba, you have beautified Igbo land. And I think that is what Dr. Okeze is going to achieve.
One day I invited him to the office. He came alone. We sat down and talked. So he gave me his blueprint, and I saw there was reason behind what he was doing. I decided to give him my support. I supported him from the very first day until he won his election, until he was inaugurated, and today I am part of his legal team.
So I was motivated by the plight of the middle class to close the gap between the too rich and the too poor. And that is why I ventured into this race.
We couldn't have believed that if God was going to give us a king, that it was through him. But it has happened. Glory be to the Almighty God.
Driven by the magnitude of work to be done, but humbled by the love and trust reposed on him, he swings into action barely 24 hours after his official swearing in as the executive governor of Abia State.
We are active on 7 roads today in Aba. Ongoing, all of them. We have done one at Omole. This is the second one. And we are going to see the other 5. All of them will go on simultaneously in this town. Tomorrow, we will go to Umuahia and also flag off some roads there at Umuahia.
I did you no sooner, but I need better. I didn't come here better. If you know any like him at time. Okay, man, I got him out of Simultaneously, we are going to do 3 roads: the Road, Umwara Road, and Ekubu Road. These are roads that are adjoining Kotomere Road and Umwara Road, which are part of where the deadlock occurs.
What we are doing here is of a scope of expanding this road to a carriage width of 13 meters. So the sides we have drainages of 60 cm by 60 cm, in to in. Professionally, that's what we say. Now, we started from somewhere before the Seventh-day Adventist Church because that's the initial kickstart. Now, there's a team coming from up there, from Obikabia Junction. Our target is Umuobiakwa as first phase, after which we are to continue to Umuahia. This is old road linking Aba and Umuahia. We have a total span of 13 kilometers covering from Obikabia Junction to Umuobiakwa. We've done earthwork, as you can see, carrying only the shoulders, which is the extent we need to expand it to 13 meters. It used to be 7.3, and we are adding the extra both ways to get 13 meters. The people are very, very appreciative. Some even come here thanking us in persons, despite the fact that we are removing some illegal structures, those that are encroaching into the path of the road. They simply just obey. The scope of the work is supposed to be completed for His Excellency's 100 days in office celebration. We are optimistic that we will cover that within the time frame.
We say before 100 days in office, we will do remarkable things. Not that we are going to keep ABIA fit as it were, but there should be difference between what we used to see and what is going to be seen.
What does it take to govern an Abama? Just our road, just our market, just our schools for the children. You are done with Aba.
As he's making his presence felt in Aba, he should as well extend that to other towns and places in Abia State, which I believe that is being done as at now.
This young man has started pretty well. He has taken off on a good footing, and now people have already started enjoying the dividend of democracy.
We are going to the waterside area, develop into a beach and tourist center. That is not a natural habitat for abattoir. So we are thinking about attracting attention to that. It means human traffic and vehicular traffic will increase. So we are also thinking that the best thing to do is to do a flyover across ABIA River at that location you are talking about.
What we are going to do, we are going to use the excavator and the swamp buggies to do our depth, at least 20 or 30 feet depth, so we can get our job pulled down. But you know the governor was thinking that he has 100 days in office. With what you are saying, what they're thinking about that, he wants to make his 100 days a meaningful one. That is why we are going to bring more machines. I think we want to work with about 4 or 5 machines in this place. We're only working with one now. We're bringing more excavators, we're bringing more bulldozers, and we're bringing the swamp buggy.
I have been in Aba almost all the days of my life. No governor has ever thought about clearing the water hyacinth, not to talk of dredging it. That was the very first day machines entered into that water. Aba people emptied into that place because it was like a dream. It was like a dream. Everybody came around. People see a situation where when governor convoy passes, people will be chanting, "Now you will know, now you will know."
one interesting thing that has happened is that this man now called Ibazu came in and has started doing something in Aba, and also has gone to Umuahia and has also started doing something there, and also has gone to ABIA North. I mean, this is what we expected from other administration, because as a governor of a state, everybody, everywhere is their own place.
In the rural areas, from the place I come from, I am not a native of this place. I come from Ohofia local government in Abreba. The governor has come to tell the people of Abreba how many roads he is going to work so that it will help the rural area women to carry their goods to come out and sell in the market.
The two past governors did not really meet up with the expectations of ABIA people. They had their answers that they didn't have enough money. But if you compare what happened in the last 16 years with what is happening in the first, it's not up to 60 days, it's 30 plus a little fraction. What is happening in the 30 plus the fraction, put it side by side with what happened in the last 16 years. One will ask, where is this Okezie coming from? Where is he getting all this money from? Are we dreaming? Is ABIA in a dream world? No.
I could remember, we were among those who were saying, can he do it? But Aba people, as we have started saying, we never know. And that is what Aba is made up of. You know, Aba man, when you surprise him, he will change immediately.
Governor Ipazu said, don't praise me. Don't sing glory of what I have not done. Wait for me to walk before you can sing my glory. And he has started walking. And to crown it up, he set a yardstick. Says, I'll be walking as per 100 days. After the first 100 days, you judge me for what I have done. Then we will push that aside and commence another 100 days. And any administration that puts a milestone in his governance, people will be able to say, yes, within this period to that period, this is what that person has done. That's why we had confidence in him, and we are backing him.
For somebody that was sworn in the next day, he's swinging into action. And he's doing it not to impress, not to show up. He's just doing it to disprove those who believe that he cannot do it.
Many people do not believe that 100 days is long enough time to assess any administration, but I have had time between the time we won this election and now to reflect. And I strongly believe that 100 days is very, very important. If not for anything, let it be a milestone and a check on what you have done, and then give you time to reflect on what you intend to do.
Just only 2 months, he has started at least putting drainages that the pastoral administration refused to do. What they do is to patch the road. So I think if he continues in this way, the sky will be his limit.
All the nooks and crannies of Aba is wearing a new look. Everywhere is now clean. The dirt we used to see around every corner of Aba has already disappeared.
Having deseated the gutters, people are happy. Notice the flooding. Notice that the traffic gridlock caused by the bad road is even beginning to ease off before the roads are properly done. That is a good thing to start with.
Aba is a praying town. They pray so much for God to remember Aba. Eventually, God has remembered Aba.
With what we have seen on ground, we can say yes, we saw a person, we dream a person, we pray to God Almighty Allah to bring a person to at least do something which the former administration called Mbakwe started, that we have started seeing a similar Mbakwe today.
Nobody's talking politics now. We are saying the reality on ground. The reality on ground. You come to Aba, you see it. If you are driving down Waterside area, they've only done about 5% of the job. But you see, the place is clear.
And if we do these roads, we expect to retract some of them and make them one-way exits out of Aba, so that there will be a specific lane and 2 roads, outlets that will lead out of Aba to Umuahia and the hinterlands. Then 2 other inlets into Aba, one, the flyover, and another one among the roads that I've mentioned before. So with that, we'll be able to accommodate the traffic of visitors that will be coming to visit and relax at the beaches, and those that are leaving town and proceeding to other parts of Nigeria.
I must confess that a number of times I have found myself outside Abia State, outside Aba. I've been confronted when I introduce myself as an Aba-based lawyer. The reaction will be, Aba? How do you survive in that town with your kidnapping, with your bad roads, with your environmental untidiness of your area? How do you survive? Such questions, I find them embarrassing. But in truth, all the points raised by them in wanting to know how I survived, they're all correct.
My brother, I don't even tell people where I come from. I don't normally tell people where I'm come from. Because I do go outside Aba and I see mark of progress.
The truth is that those who were the helm of affairs for those 16 years didn't really give us what we wanted. But going by what we are seeing in these first 60 days, permit me to say 60 days, is changing. I can now proudly stand up and tell any Nigerian who cares to hear that my name is Chibike Nwokuku. I am a legal practitioner based at Aba. And I'm ready to ask anybody, visit me at Aba. All those questions about environment, I'll tell you, my governor is in charge. All those issues of kidnapping, because those boys started it a few days ago, and the security people came in here and nipped them again at the board. You asked me about those bad roads, and I'll tell you, my governor is in total control. I am now a proud Ngwa man. I'm now a proud Aba man. I'm now a proud Abia. And I hope I'll be more proud.
Abia is the only state in the entire southeastern part of Nigeria that has complement of rail network in 5 different cities. You can connect Port Harcourt to Aba. You can connect to Umuoba. You can connect to Mbausi. You can connect to Ovim. You can connect to Umuahia. You can also connect to Enugu. So we are going to partner Chinese or Indians, as the case may be, to make sure we bring air-conditioned coaches and cargo coaches to lift goods and also help us develop these cities. We are thinking of ultra-modern railway stations that will house shopping malls, as you see elsewhere in the world, in these major cities that I've mentioned.
The present administration of Dr. Ibazu, he is just starting. And with what he has done so far, is, that shows that he is prepared to work with the people.
I expect Okezie to bring around himself now people who are intellectually fat. Nobody knows it all. Any area of the economy, any area of governments that he hasn't got full knowledge of, nothing stops him from saying, my brother, come, how do you think you can handle this? And the person will advise him honestly. And the moment he implements that advice, it becomes Ibazo's project, but somebody marketed it to him.
And we expect also, after the first 100 days, that he will be able to visit again all the communities that he visited during his electronic campaign to ask them exactly what they want.
So within the first 100 days in Abia State as governor, I expect 0 tolerance for garbage and domestic waste in our major cities. The template, the rubbish would have disappeared, and the template for a sustainable waste management system would have been established. I expect that all the drainages in Aba in particular will have been opened up by a reputable international company so that we can lay our roads bare and see where we need to intervene. Within 100 days, I would have done and completed 5 asphalted roads in Aba. And I would have flagged off 3 roads at Umuahia. And I would have flagged off a road that is very, very dear to me, which cuts the trip, long 2-hour trip, to just about 45 minutes. the Ndabam, Ndokreke Road. I hope I'm right. But those people from Arochukwu understand that there's a road that leads from Abam to Ndokreke to Arochukwu. And I would have also brought out my 3D vision of the industrial city, the new industrial city of Aba, where our industrial cluster, which is the flagship of what I'm thinking about in the next 2-3 years. You know, it will really revolutionize trade and commerce and manufacturing in this part of the world. You know, so these are things I expect, among others, in the next 100 days.
For what we are seeing now, there is some presence. It's showing that somebody has come in to at least remedy the situation, to do something.
Yeah, that used to be, you know, like a zoo. But now that action has started, I want to advise every other man, if you want to eat omelette, you must be ready to crack the egg.
We are doing everything to organize our people, to assist him and give him support so that he will excel.
I am certain that within 1 year, Aba will see massive infrastructural turnaround and rebirth.
I believe that it has come to pass, because then we saw hell, but today I believe that today is better than yesterday.
My advice is that he should shun psychophancy. All those psychophants, praise singers, shun them the way he has done. Focus his attention on developing Aba and ABIA in general.
He said that he's governor for all, governor for Abia State, and not for one particular thing.
If he can start like this, he's going to finish well. But we pray that God will help him so much for him to finish well.
Let him concentrate on road maintenance. If for that alone, even if he does that in his first tenure, our people will be happy.
One of the benefits we're expecting the government to do for us, which the governor himself have already mentioned, is for them to help us to get a small-scale loan.
We're looking forward to a resurgence, a renaissance of improvement in education, teachers to be paid regularly, the infrastructure improved, children enjoying going to school, and we all, as old people, seeing the work of our yesteryear coming to fruition.
ABIA has consistently come second in WAEC in Nigeria, which means that our problem is not at the secondary school level. We may have issues at the primary school level. We may also not be doing our best at the tertiary level. But the main reason is that there is a gap in teacher education. We do not have full complement. So I don't think we have good enough teacher training in schools in Abia now. Therefore, our teachers need to be trained and retrained so that they can rub off on the quality of the primary schools. There is also a need to do a retooling of our primary school infrastructure, because if our primary schools are not good enough to have my own child in school there, then it's not good enough for Abia.
We have the manpower, but the workforce is not properly motivated. Doctors and healthcare workers are old. Government should clear that. Facilities to work with are not there. Government should provide those facilities. And the funding, in addition to what they do in their budgeting, should come from the private sector in form of health insurance. That is the way to go.
I advise Okezie in advance, as you take in men and women that will serve in your executive council, take men and women who will advise you well, not psychopaths. Not those who want to say what you would like to hear, those who will tell you what will help you move Abia forward.
My advice to Okazi is that all those virtues that made him to climb to this level, that he should hold them tenaciously.
My advice to him is for him to keep on, because people are watching. Even outside Aba, they're watching.
God will help him. Give them the wisdom he gave the Solomon to pilot the affairs of these states.
He should love the 17 local governments as his own, because he's now the father of all of them. He should treat them fairly.
Let him remember God and talk to God. Let God be his guide. Let him not go before God in anything he does.
I believe he will exceed where people are expecting him to get to.
As the dawn falls on the first 100 days, it heralds the beginning of another. Milestone by milestone, ABIA will be rebuilt to a greater glory. This path is often rough and tricky, but in the words of Dr. Okezie Victor, if you must eat an omelette, you should be ready to crack an egg. ABIANs must be ready to make sacrifices and work together for a new ABIA. The interest of this newly emerged ABIA is bigger than us all.